welcome to Norwegian Woods. Today it's the 15th of September, so it's the first day for campfires this season, and I picked a pretty cool spot to do my first campfire video on this YouTube channel. I picked up some stuff on the way in here, so it should be quite easy to get the fire going today. The place I'm at is called Dødhaug in Norwegian. It means something like the dead hill in English, and it's a really old hill fort. So I think it should be cool to take a look around up there. I reached the top of the hill, and as you can see, it's really windy today, so hopefully the wind doesn't mess up all my sound. But it's a really good view up here. The lake you see in front of you is called Aspern, and it's part of the channel system that starts in Halden and runs I think like 60 kilometers, something like that, into the country, and this is one of the lakes on the way up. This hill fortress is supposed to be from the 4th century AD, so it's 1700 years old. So it's not much left of the structures they build up here. But on the way up, I saw some rocks. It remains from walls, I guess, and fences. The whole top of this hill is a plateau, so I guess it would be room for many people and the animals up here when they have to leave the villages around this place and come up here for protection. This hill fort is dating back to the 4th century AD. That's about 300 years before the Viking Age. Scientists and historians, they don't know exactly what these places were used for. Probably, they say, they were used as lookout points. They also think that they used these hills to light beacons to do signaling. They also think that these spots were used for religious tasks. So one thing they are pretty sure about is that these hill forts were used as military installments. In this period, it's known as the European migration period from the early Middle Ages. It's also called the barbarian invasions. At least that's what Romans called them, barbarians. We're moving around, and a lot of things changed. One of the biggest things that happened in this area is the fall of the Roman Empire. A lot of the European tribes were established in this period. Among others, the Germanic tribes, and also the precursors to the Vikings. I read somewhere that in this area called Østfold, there's about 70 of these hill fortresses that's known. On 3 of the sides of this hill, it's almost impossible to get up. It's just the one side I came up here. that it's possible to actually just walk up without climbing with ropes and stuff. So I guess it's a really good natural fortress. On this hilltop I found an old fireplace. I think I'll try to use this one. I found myself a little dead spruce tree. I think that will be my firewood for the day. This will make a nice fire for me. Got some birch bark I picked up on the way up here. This is some really dry spruce twigs, and this is some quite dry twigs from the little tree I chopped off as firewood. And I have some different sizes of the pieces of the wood I chopped off. So hopefully this will be good. I'm going to start my fire on top of this old coals that's been lying there from before the summer. I start by just putting a big bunch of birch bark. This coals is actually pretty dry because this big flat rock is been lying on top of it. So growing something. The next part of my fire is this spruce twigs. Try to break them up and put them on top of birch bark. It's important not to make it too dense, because it's important to get some air inside. I think I'm ready to give it a go. Birch bark is actually quite damp, but if it catches fire, it should burn good anyways. actually wasn't too hard to make this fire. It's easy when you have some dry materials to work with. Some dry and good materials. I think this is really cool because since this was a hill fort like 1700 years ago, I'm pretty sure that the people that were staying up here did exactly this. They probably even used the same materials to build the fire. I wouldn't be surprised if they started the fire with some birch bark and some dry twigs from spruce. And they also maybe used some bigger pieces of wood from a dead spruce as fuel for the fire. I think it's really cool. There is also another story about this place that I think is really cool. And the story is about that they used to leave a dragon on top of this mountain. He was living inside this old hill fort. And according to this old legend, the dragon had 4 openings in his little fortress that he used to look out. And every midsummer and every midwinter he flew out and looked around these areas. And when he got back, he was guarding his eggs that he kept inside this hill fort. And the legend says that the first settler in this area was called Asper, and he was really feeling a little bit upset about this dragon. He was feeling a little threatened, so he decided to shoot the dragon with a golden arrow. And he actually did this. He shot the dragon, and the dragon fell into the sea, and it was never seen again. And when Asper went into the fortress, he found 3 golden eggs. And yeah, I think this story is actually pretty cool because it reminds me a lot of the story that Tolkien wrote about the Hobbit. And as you probably maybe know, Tolkien was really into old literature, and he was also really known with the Scandinavian mythology. So maybe, just maybe, I've never heard this from anyone else, but I think the story is really kind of similar to the story from the Hobbit. So maybe Tolkien got this inspiration for a part of this story from this very place. And so in a way, maybe this bard, the bowman from Tolkien, was inspired by Asper, that was supposedly the first settler in this area. Maybe this Dødhaug place should be renamed the Lonely Mountain. I don't know. That's it for this time. I guess I just have to leave for home. Hope to see you soon. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.